Hey y'all, I'm Wilson. Welcome to my little shop here. Got a few things going on this week, so y'all just excuse the mess. I got this one little project here. This is gonna be a dresser and a couple of end tables. Did a video last week on getting our door sizes. Right now I'm gonna do a video on getting our parts sized out for our doors. So I'm gonna take y'all up here and set you on my custom little camera stand. And y'all bear with me. I have a tendency to ramble on and get tongue-tied. I've done tried to get this video started 4 or 5 times and I get tongue-tied and twisted halfway in. So y'all just bear with me because I don't think I can start it again. We're just gonna have to go with whatever happens. Anyway, like I say, I'm sizing out my door parts. There's a couple things you need to know before you start sizing them out. You need to know what hinges you're going to use, the style door you're going to do, and what I'm doing is basically I'm building a shaker door, but I'm putting a detail around the outside, so it's not going to be a true shaker, but I'm building it like a shaker door, so that's all I need to know right now. Now, if you're trying to go, if you're worried about sizing your side stiles, you don't want to go too small to accept a hinge, do a mock-up. Figure out what hinge you're going to use first. Do your mock-up. This is just a sample door, but just to show you. Figure out where it's going to go. Drill your hole. Measure to the inside. Make sure everything's going to work out with what you've got. Figure out what you're going to use and how you're going to do it before you start cutting up all your material. It'll save you a headache in the long run. Anyway, I'm going to set that over there. I don't need that hinge. Now what we've got, cabinet work, furniture work, anything like that, doors or frames, anything going up and down is a style. You got side styles, center styles, drawer styles, whatever. Anything going across is a rail. You got top rails, bottom rail, middle rail, yada yada, all that bullshit. But what we're dealing with is a door, 2 side styles, 2 rails, and a panel. Alright, so what you need to know to start sizing your parts, we already know about the hinge, so what we need to know next is how we're building them. We know we're going to do a shaker style, we need to know how far that tongue goes into the groove to do a shaker style. You can do this on a table saw. I do mine with router bits, but I've done several on table saw. It works fine. Router bits are a little quicker and easier to me. Just depends however you want to do it. Anyway, I think I went over these bits before. These are just simple little bits, little wing cutters. They come off and you can unbolt them there, come off, stack them up, however you want to do it. I've got these set up for my shakers. So I know I've measured off and I know my tongue on these bits, my tongue goes in a 1/2 inch. So what I need to do is figure out how wide my side stiles are and then how that rail needs to be. And my side stiles are 2 inches. So that's taking 4 inches off of the middle of the door. But my rail goes into each side stile a 1/2 inch. So I need to take that into account. So instead of taking 4 inches off the overall size, I need to take 3 inches off the overall size to get my rail. And if you're a cabinet maker, you already know all this, but if you're a beginner, sometimes it helps to get a little extra instruction. But anyway, that's the main part of it. You need to know how far that rail goes into the side stile on each side. Then you can figure out what size your side stiles are, go from there and figure out what your rail needs to be. That works on your panel too. We know we need to do 3 inches less to get this rail style as far as side to side, but the rails are the same as the side stiles. They're 2 inches. So you're going to do the same thing top and bottom. You've got 4 inches total. Your panel is going to go in a 1/2 inch on each one, so you take 3 inches off. That gives you your panel size, 3 inches less than this and 3 inches less than this. Except, you need to account for if that panel is going to move. That's the big thing. If you're using plywood, or if you're using MDF for your panel, it's not really gonna move that much. Very minimal. So you can size that to where it fits in easy. So what you do, I'm taking 3 inches off each way. If you want to do a plywood panel, I'll take an extra 1/8 on each side. We know there's a 1/2 inch groove. So I'll take an 1/8 inch off each side. So that's total of a 1/4. So if my rail is 3 inches smaller than the door size, boy, I hope I'm not getting everybody confused more than they were. But anyway, if your rail is 3 inches smaller than your drawer size, your panel, you want an 1/8 inch smaller on each side, so you're going to be a 1/4 inch smaller. So your panel is going to be 3 1/4. Now that works with plywood panels. Give yourself an extra 1/8, and when you put them together, you can use the little space balls that they have, little rubber balls. You can put you a piece of paper in there. You can do whatever. What I do is I put mine together, and then I take me can't even remember what gauge it is, 23 gauge nail, a little tiny pin nail, looks like a needle. I'll take it and shoot in the back and catch my panel so it don't move around. Never had any problem doing that. You can use the space balls if you want to. It's, like I say, it's kind of unnecessary, but however it works out best for you. But anyway, that was a plywood panel. What I'm doing, I've got hardwood panels that I want to use. I'm going to do a flat panel, but I'm going to use hardwood for it. So I'm going to do a reverse raised panel, and we'll get to that when I start making the doors. I'll do a video on making the doors. We'll get to that later on. But anyway, what we need to know right now is I'm making it out of hardwood. It's a hardwood panel. I'm really worried about it growing. So I'm going to take at least an extra 1/16. I'm already taking a 1/4 inch off. So I know I'm an 1/8 inch shy in each of my grooves. Bear with me here. I'm trying to work out how to explain this in my head. And I'm not the brightest bulb in the lamp, so y'all just bear with me. But anyway, like I say, plywood panel, I'm taking an 1/8 inch off. So that's giving me an 1/8 inch in each groove. I'm going in a 1/2 inch. So with the hardwood panel, I'm going to take off another 1/8 inch per side. I'm going to take off a whole nother full 1/2 inch. So instead of being 3 inches smaller like this, my panel for hardwood is going to be 3 1/2, a little heavy. I'm not going the full half. I might go 7/16 because I don't want it to shrink and go too small, but I want a good gap in there, because those things can expand and blow your whole door apart depending on the humidity, where they get put and what happens. I've seen doors get with panels too tight that ended up blowing apart, so you really got to watch out for that. And y'all, I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied and rambling on. But anyway, I think that's the major part of it. Your rails need to be less the distance of your side stiles, plus however far the groove goes in. And it's a lot more simple than it sounds coming from me. I'm sorry, y'all bear with me. I'm not real good at all at explaining. I'm used to working with people and teaching them as we go. But anyway, that's the that's the gist of that. And y'all know I like to do everything out of scraps and leftovers. This frame was some leftover lumber off of a job, and I built it, and I've had it sitting to the side for a year or two. I'm doing scrap wood for the doors. This is just some old panels that come out of some other doors. I'm replaced. Just reusing that. I'm going to glue them together and then plane them down. These were raised panels. I'm doing a flat panel, so I'm going thinner than these. That's why they'll work. But anyway, I got that going on. I got these little step stools I built last week. I got to get them in the spray room. We already did a video on that. I might show them to you again once they get all sprayed out and let y'all see what they look finished. I just got them bondoed up right now. Got some lumber laying around here because I got to do some repairs to the shop. I got some stuff over here. Stuff I'm using for bracing. I was debating on whether I should show y'all how bad the shop is or not. We moved in this thing. I was working out of a garage. We ended up moving in here, and this shop's just about to fall down. You can see. I'm gonna go ahead and show you. I'm missing the skylight there. I had a tarp covering it, but we had a storm. My tarp's been on there for a while. I don't know if y'all can see that. The glare is getting me. I can't hardly see it. But that is 8 up right there. So I'm throwing some braces up under that. Throwing me some braces under it, and I'm getting ready to rebuild this whole front wall. It would have been nice to been able to rebuild the shop before I got started working in it. But when you're broke, you kind of got to do what you got to do. This is a poor man's workshop. I've got another skylight there that is gone. I've got a piece of a tarp over this end. You can see my rafter there is broke. I got to replace that. Got to work on that while I'm working on this wall. And I'm going to have to stick another tarp on the roof because I don't have money to get the roof metal right now. I'll do more videos on the shop though, but anyway, I got some 2x4s right there to rebuild that. I got some studs on the big truck out there. So I got enough to rebuild that wall. I got some little OSB stuff I'm going to finish it out with. So this week we're going to be working on that, so projects are going to be kind of slow. But we're gonna get some done. I'm gonna do some videos. Anyway, I got that. I got the stools. I got some ash over here. I think I have figured out what I want to do with that. I'm not positive. I got some ash. I got a little bit of Spanish cedar I might can mix in with it, or some walnut. I'm not sure which. But I've got a lot of projects set up for us. If y'all can deal with me rambling on and getting tongue-tied and all that good shit, y'all go ahead and subscribe and we'll have some stuff going on for you. I appreciate y'all watching, and to all the people that have already subscribed, all the people leaving the comments, I sure appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all on the next one.